Hello, Simmers. I decided that today I'm gonna finally do the seasons pack, and I've been doing little snippets about what has been added into each season that is fun and allows your sim to really experience the seasons pack. I have along the way taken some screenshots of certain activities which I will include. So I was just doing the summer seasons. I've been trying to um, take as much as I can from each season so that you can really get a feel for the game. So there are four new seasons. The flower is spring. Summer is the sun, obviously, it's when it's hot. Then the fall is or autumn is with the leaves, and then winter. So just like we have in our normal daily lives. With those four seasons, each season is set to 7 days. As you can see, it says summer day 4 of 7. However, you can change the days, especially that's useful when you're doing gardening, because then what will happen is it'll lengthen the time that you can harvest certain plants that are usually not harvestable. Another way that you can allow the seasons to not affect your garden is to plant your garden indoors, like in the basement, or just using cheats and stuff. You can have your indoor garden, then the seasons doesn't affect when your sims are your plants are harvestable or not. So there's obviously new furniture, so you can sunbathe. I've already just done this in the summer pack. I'm going to show you the things that you can do that they have opened up. So the pool has become a much more fun feature than in previous games. Firstly, there's the diving board, which you can swan dive, backflip, cannonball, and jump. Much nicer swimming wear. And obviously in the seasons there's special wear for winter and that sort of thing. Then you can come here and you can sunbathe. So you can sunbathe either on the lounges in the pool, and then just don't forget to get your sim to apply sunburn protection, so suntan, otherwise she will burn. Then I'll show you how she is after she has done a suntan, but that's feeling the heat and happy because she did a great dive. Then there are the towels, those are new, so you can sunbathe and nap on the towels. And then these lounges here are also new, and you can also fill the water with balloons and have a water fight. Another thing that they added was roller skating and ice skating, so you can skate around, practice tricks, perform a skating routine. The more the higher your fitness level is, then the better you perform on the skating rink, and the same with the roller skating. Um, there's not a specific skill on your skill board. However, behind the scenes, it does increase as you go along. So you'll start with basic tricks and then you'll get better. Another thing that came with the seasons pack is the flower arranging. So you can make an arrangement with your garden. It's best to have a whole section of flowers. It's actually quite a nice way to make a lot of money. You can make your arrangement and then sell it. Another thing that came with the seasons is your holiday calendar. So with the holiday calendar, as it says here, you can plus, okay, add event, plus, add a holiday, plus, okay. So you can add different holidays. There's also the lunar phase, the moon and the sun when they come when they change over. Um, and then so these ones are from the cottage living, the Finchwick festivals, and then some of them are from the packs. Some of them are specifically set from the seasons. So it tells you what day it is, what the weather is, where your Sims are. But yeah, so you can really fill your entire season with holidays. That's another thing. If you change the length of your days, of your seasons, that does affect the amount of holidays because the calendar is set for 28 days, I think. Another thing that came with this pack is your notebook. We did always have a notebook, but it's just become more important now. What it does is it's when you catch any type of fish or plant, or in the cottage living, it's got its own entire collection: eggs, milk, animal treats, llama wool, and oversized crops. So every time you go to the vendors and buy stuff, if you buy the lucky eggs, then it goes into your inventory, the different types of milk, the different types of animal treats that your sim creates in the kitchen. Every time you go and buy wool from the vendors, and every time you grow your own oversized crops, it'll put it in your inventory, and then you can see what's the best fertilizer. In the scientist courier, that also happens. So every time, I haven't done the scientist courier that much. Uh, but you make certain things, and then it inventions and serums like syrups and stuff. Then that gets put in your inventory. It's especially useful for fishing and gardening. For fishing, it'll tell you what fish you needs or what bait in order to catch it. And in gardening, it just tells you what. With the grafting, it's really important. So, yeah. Graft an apple with a cherry, and then you'll get a pomegranate. So that's quite cool. Then it also tells you that it's seasons. It's fall, a common tree that produces apples used for food. So you can eat it straight from your inventory, or you can put it into the fridge and use it for cooking and stuff. And then also grafting. So how to put it in your notebook is either by collecting it, and then you can also click on each plant, and that's how I've done it with mine. And you can choose the option to research. So when you research, then you discover more about the plant, and for example, the grafting. So with gardening, I'm going to do in a whole different section. But so each season comes with different perks and comes with different activities. Then the festivals with the city living are based on the seasons as well. So those two packs go quite nicely together. For example, the romance festival comes in the fall, and they're literally set to go according to specific seasons. Downfalls of the seasons, again, I've mentioned with the gardening. If that's something that you're into, can be a bit of a pain. For example, let's go back to my garden. You can see a whole bunch of them are just little stumps because they are not in the right season, so they are not going to be harvestable until winter and spring and fall, and yeah, so that can be a bit of a pain. And then the second thing is that there are extreme temperatures and uh, thunders. They can get struck by lightning. There's a picture of my sim on my channel being struck by lightning, and they can actually die. They can freeze to death. It's really annoying. A way to prevent those from happening is to use your reward store points, and which I've done with this sim. Buy the ones that are specific to weather. It really helps a lot. Heat acclimation. I'm just trying to find the storm chaser. Then they don't get so scared from the storms. Ice proof, heat proof, and then there's one for the cold as well. a cold acclimation. It just allows them to adapt to the weather a little bit better. So when it's hot or cold, so there's the sun kissed. I'm going to add that to the summer section. So sun kissed and then protected from the sun because I use suntan. And she's still busy on the lounger, just chilling. Since we are now in the season of winter in this game, I thought I'd show you some of the activities that you can do just with the snow and actually do a visual. So make Snow Angel. Let's just turn the volume down here. And then you can see here pleasant chill because she's got the ice proof trait, so the cold's not bothering her. And then they do get snow fun. That's the one thing. Then we can also let's build a snow pile. Where's the snowman? So now that she's finished building her snowman, here's another emoji. Made a snow friend. There's a new reaction. So a snow fun from doing the snow angel. Then you can destroy your snowman, or you can name him. Then you can also have a snowball fight. Okay. Oh, there you go. I think she has to agree. So there you go. They're having a snowball fight. Then that brings out the fun emoji. I've actually done that. Let's shove snow. No interactions. Snow angel, snow pal, and snowball fighting. You just have to be careful with your sim because if they can overheat and then die from like overheating. So then you have to get them inside and make them have something cold to drink or cold shower. They can have cold showers now. That's a new thing. Well, I don't know if it's a new thing, but cold showers is a way to cool your sim down. Also, letting them swim, have some ice cream that helps as well. When they are too cold, then put the fire place on and they can warm themselves if they get too cold. Make them have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, just your general daily life things that you would normally do if in that circumstance. Also, they now have the thermostat, so you can put the thermostat onto warmer. So now she's gonna change it to cooler because it is summer, and if they don't put it on to cool, then the whole house gets super grumpy. You can have a lot of fun. It doesn't affect Mount Komorebi or Komorebi, as that's based on the weather that is in that pack. Sulani also has its own set of climate. So Sulani will have like monsoons. It doesn't have snow. An example of Winterfest goals. So this is the Winterfest holiday calendar event. So it's from 6 a.m. to the following morning 2 a.m. So you do things like decorate, which you use this little box here. You can rummage for decorations, or you can decorate the fences and everything. Then this is your socials, festive spirits. So you can ask if your child's been good or bad. You can belly laugh. You can just be festive and happy with your friends. Then you can also open presents. So we've got our Christmas tree area up here. so they can come here and open presents. Then your sim can cook a grand meal, and then Santa Claus, Father Christmas, comes at around, it says here winter appears at about 8 p.m. Father Winter, and you can fight him for a present, which I think is quite funny. And you can ask him for a present, and you can also give him a present. um so that's one of the holiday activities. And then there's also making New Year's resolutions, watching new in on the TV.